What's up, world? It's your girl Lex, and you know what time it is. It's time to put me on game. I'm so excited. This is my second season of Put Me on Game, and I have a very, very special guest. I know I said that every single episode last season, but everybody that I interview is extremely special to me, and this person is super special. But his name is John Chisholm. How you doing today, John?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It is an honor to be here today. And congratulations on your second season of putting the world on game. You know what I mean? So
Thank you.
congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. So, how are you feeling? We're going through a pandemic. Wait, first of all, before I even get into all of that, are you okay with me calling you by your nickname, or would you prefer me calling
What,
you
Chiz?
John? Yeah.
Yeah, you can call me Chiz.
All
That's
right.
fine.
Okay. Cool. I wouldn't want to be so formal. We're cool. So, anyways, we're going through a pandemic. COVID-19. The world as we know it has changed completely. Well, the world as we knew it has changed, and things are just different. How have you been coping?
Man, really just taking it one day at a time. I'm a father as well. I have two beautiful children. One is 8, one is about to turn 10 soon. But my 8-year-old has been here living with me throughout the whole pandemic. So learning to do virtual schooling on top of doing my day-to-day job, managing culturally focused. It's definitely been a task, but I think during this pandemic, a lot of people learned a lot of things about themselves. One thing I learned about myself is really that I'm a procrastinator at times, but it definitely challenged me and made me realize like we can't take any time for granted. So there's been a lot of things that I've always had in my mind that I wanted to do with culturally focus and just handle personally that I really sat down and I had the time to come up with a strategic plan and was able to plot those things out and actually accomplish a lot of my goals this past year.
Nice, nice. I am not a parent, but I take my hat off to all the parents. I don't know how you guys are doing it, especially with school age children. And it's like they're going to school online. They have teachers, but you have to be a teacher as well. You got to be the teacher, the hall monitor, the cafeteria worker, the principal, like all the above. So hats off to you. You're doing a phenomenal job. So
Thank you. I appreciate that.
and all the other parents out here. But so tell us, who is John Chisholm? Who is Chiz?
Man, who is Chiz? I'm a Gemini, so when you ask who is Chiz, I
Ooh,
gotta I gotta
you know
introduce you
what?
to John and Chiz.
Tell
But
us
since we're
more.
talking, but I mean, if we want to talk about John, John, I'm a real, you know, family oriented person. Love my kids, love my mother. Try to do the best I can around my family. But then I'm also like real, you know, set on my business and real strategic and organized. Um, Chiz is the partier, more like, live life on the go as things come to you. Chiz is the life of the party. I mean, we've experienced that on trips that we've taken. So, I'm a Gemini and I'm not shy about it. I definitely know I got two different sides of me, but I think they both balance me out well. And, depending on who you are in my life, you may get both, you may just get one. But both of them are, at the end of the day, good people at the end. So yeah.
I can contest to that. Chiz is the turn up, the party guy, get the party started, and John is the professional, the businessman, the father. So I know both sides of those two people. But
Yes,
tell me
you
a
do.
little bit about your upbringing and your background.
Oh man. So I was originally born in Trenton, New Jersey. Anybody from New Jersey, shout out to y'all as y'all watch this. I was born in Trenton, New Jersey. I lived in Trenton probably for about 10 years. While I was living in Trenton, my mother sent me to a private school that was based strictly on, African tradition and just, history about our people. The name of it was African People's Action School. So I spent a lot of time in my early years, around our people, like working, learning, and just growing as a child. And then around about 10, we moved out to the suburbs. So for like my high school, middle school days and all that, I was living in the suburbs, grew up around more of a diverse environment, a diverse community a little bit. So when you ask like who I am, I like to say I'm an open-minded person. I love to learn. I love to, hear anything that is different, any type of opinion, because it forces me to grow. And I'm big on, growth. I'm a history, fanatic. Anything about history, anything about politics, I love it. I got the travel bug in me now too. So like, I'm not going to say I'm an avid traveler, but hopefully in the next 2 years, I can say I'm an avid traveler. But that's definitely something that I've picked up on the way. But I'm not gonna say I'm a regular person because I honestly don't believe that. But I just think I'm a well-rounded, grounded individual, and I just love to live life for real.
That's great. So tell me a little bit more about this school that you attended. I know you've told me about that briefly, but tell the world a little bit more about that school and how that school may have shaped you becoming an entrepreneur.
Oh man. So the name of the school is African People's Action School. It's out of Trenton, New Jersey. It went from grades from kindergarten all the way up to eighth grade. Hence why I left and went to the suburbs. But from kindergarten to eighth grade, it's a school that is 100% black. So it's like a black elementary HBCU, per se. And the school it was built around, African spirituality, religion, African history, and just really took the time to educate the young Black youth within the community about who you are, what you're capable of, and where you come from. So it definitely shaped me in the thoughts of learning more about unity. One of the big things that I really push is cooperative economics. Like I'm really big on people, like our people, using our resources and pulling them together. I could definitely say that came from my earlier education. I didn't necessarily always know I wanted to be an entrepreneur, though, to be honest with you. I knew I wanted to not work for people, but what that really looked like, I didn't know. So, like talking to different friends and growing up and different things like that, people were always like, yo, you know a lot of information. I'm like, I know a little bit. So I just figured, why not take, something that I'm very passionate about, which is history, and sharing that information and turn it into a business. So that's where we get Culturally Focused from. Culturally Focused is a collaborative economy, that's focused on bringing different, Black vendors and Black entrepreneurs together to kind of grow and, figure out ways to where we could pull our resources and make money, and not only make money, but also, have something that is good for the community that they can learn from, and that we can kind of collaborate around. But yeah, APAS definitely set the groundwork in regards to like my frame of thinking and how I pretty much try to conduct myself now.
So how long have you had culturally focused?
Man, in my mind, forever. It's like nah. But I've had Culturally Focused since September of 2018.
Nice.
So about 2.5 years right now. Labor Day will be 3 years. So yeah, and it's made some transitions over those past couple of years. But yeah, 2.5 years I've had Culturally Focused.
And you said it's made transitions. That's fine, as a lot of businesses do. And that's just how it is in entrepreneurship. Things change. You have an idea, and tomorrow that idea may alter a little bit, but you're still going, you're still chasing your goal, and not even chasing it, you're still achieving your goal.
Yeah.
And that's really dope to see a Black man in today's society pushing the knowledge of our people.
Thanks,
Don't,
man. Appreciate
that's
it.
how come I can't be serious with you?
Nah,
No,
you being serious, but you know our vibe, man. So this is what we do,
yeah,
talking Black with Chiz of Culturally. Just feel like we back at home. But go ahead.
it is kind of like a reunion right now, but no, but seriously, it's dope to see a Black man like yourself pushing knowledge of our people onto our people, and promoting uh business, and
Thank you.
it's something that we really need. I talk about this a lot on Put Me on Game. I was about to say Talking Black, Lord Jesus. I talk about this a lot on Put Me on Game, but a lot of times within our culture growing up, we don't necessarily see and I'm not speaking for everybody, so I don't need anybody DMing me, but so, a lot of us, we don't necessarily see entrepreneurs in our life as we're growing up. You know, when we're growing up, we're told go to school, you know, get good grades, go to college, get this college degree, go and, you know, work a job 9 to 5, a career, work for 30 years, work towards putting money in your 401k, retire. Like that's I don't even want to say the American dream, but that, you know, for a certain extent of time, that was the
Yeah,
Black American dream.
there you
But I
go.
love to see people like you, especially that have kids, and your kids are seeing something different from what we saw when we were growing up. And no shade to our parents, because our
Yeah,
parents,
absolutely.
they had to do and they did their thing. And I feel like, you know, with us too, they raised two pretty dope people. But
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, but it's really good to see a change now within our culture. We have like our black parent, well, new black parents pushing entrepreneurship versus what our parents were doing when we
Yeah,
were growing up. But yeah, that's really dope to see.
thank you.
So, you are a black man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, black people, period, we go through a lot of challenges and ups and downs within America in any background that we're in. What are some of the biggest challenges that you faced as a black man um, chasing entrepreneurship?
Um, One for me, and it kind of goes back to what you really mentioned in the beginning. And I don't know if it's necessarily specific to black men, but black men. But I'm a black man experiencing this. Is that I didn't really grow up around um, black men that were entrepreneurs, right? So this is really a path for me that I'm kind of embarking on my own a little bit. Now, obviously, since I've been in, I've been able to, grow relationships with other people and learn from them. But initially, I didn't see another person within my immediate circle that looked like me, trying to um, do entrepreneurship or trying to own a business. So just from the struggle alone as a black man, when you're told that your responsibility is to provide and make sure that you have the ability to take care of your family, and then especially with myself as being a father, entrepreneurship can be a risk, right? Let's be honest, it can be a risk. So it's learning for me on how to balance that, how to balance a career that still gives me the opportunity to take care of my family, but also, not giving up on what has become, my goal and my ultimate dream, which is, owning a business, being able to make pretty much run my life on my own time. It's a risk. And sometimes those pressures when you're a black man, and I grew up in a single parent household. So like one of my goals is to make sure that my mother is always taken care of as well. Like that could be somewhat of a pressure. So entrepreneurship is there, but it's a risk. So you still got to learn how to balance, once again, like I said, the job with the actual business. So if it was up to me, I would be able to just quit, working for the man today and go ahead and jump full in to culturally focus and be somewhere over in Ghana. But the other black man in me is like, I still got my family here that's dependent on me. I can't necessarily go all the way in on this like I want to, because there's still another part of me that I need, that stability piece per se, while I build this up. So I think, as a black man, that's definitely a stressor. Um, and then, I've worked in corporate Americas and different things like that. So you also have to go through the pressures of, people are always kind of second guessing you. And that's being, even if it's in building a business, trying to build partnerships with other people, or even within like the corporate boardroom as well. You got to balance and be able to know, like when to scale back your tongue, but also when to speak up and be like, hold up, you're not going to challenge me in this capacity because I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm talking about. But balancing it so you don't come off as like the angry black man or, the scary big black man in the office with an attitude. So I would say those are definitely two of the main things that I struggle with as a black man, is knowing like is knowing your temperament and being able to control it and making sure that you're able to articulate your issues in a correct way. And then also, knowing how to balance your goals versus, your dreams versus your actual responsibilities, that you have. Sorry if I was long winded right there.
No, that's fine. And you know what? Those two actually go together. It's funny you said that. Um, Another reason why I have this platform, because I want young, well, younger Black and brown people to know that entrepreneurship is not like just one sided. You know,
Yeah,
it's not the same for everybody. I'm an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur. Our entrepreneurship, our entrepreneur uh successes are not going to be the same. Our path is not going to be the same. I don't have kids, you
yeah,
know, and you talked about taking risk and having responsibilities. I don't have the same responsibilities you have, you know. So at times I can take different risks that you may
yeah,
not be able to take. And that's okay. You know, it's normal. And people need to know that it's not going to be one sided. It's not going to be the same. You're not going to walk the same path that I'm going to walk. But it's
absolutely.
okay because you're still going to get there. Another thing is, you know, you still work in corporate America, and it's okay to have a hustle. You know that that's not your end goal. Not trying to
Hmm.
get you fired or anything, but that's not your end goal. I have multiple hustles, you know, and people need to know that it's okay. You still got to be able to
Yes.
put money in your pocket when things like a pandemic happen, you know, and I understand that. So, which brings me to the next thing. How has your business been during the pandemic? Have you been successful? Has it been fruitful? Like, has it had ups and downs? Tell me about that.
Honestly, this year the business has been consistently growing gradually. I'm not gonna say like I had like a big boost in sales, but it's been growing gradually. And I think a little bit of it for me as well is I've tried to be a little bit more consistent with the marketing and talking and letting people know about the brand. I mean, obviously we've had a lot of time on my hands being in the house, so I've been able to do that. But the business has done fairly well. I mean, I'm not rich, I'm still working, but it's done fairly well, and I definitely want to attribute that to the point of our community. To be quite honest with you, I think our community is taking more time out now to invest in one another, even if it's something small, right? I think sometimes people didn't necessarily want to buy stuff from Black businesses because we got you have this stigma of, oh, you're too expensive, or you're trying to get over on me. But I think we're getting to the point to where it's like, look, I don't care if Chiz got a $30 shirt, and I could go down to H&M and grab one for 15. Chiz my man, and I know I'm supporting a Black business. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think I attribute that completely to the community with what Culturally Focused has done, but then also traveling as well. And I mean, we'll probably get into that later, so I won't bring that up. But we've done good, and we've continued to grow. And I really just want to give a shout out to anybody that's out there that may be watching this from my page, even from Melanin by Nature as well, because Melanin by Nature was featured on Culturally Focused for a time as well. That I appreciate Black people. I appreciate everyone that has come in and helped Culturally Focused grow over this year. It definitely allowed me to see that I have a business, because sometimes you could doubt yourself, right? Sometimes we know, especially when you're in this retail business like we're in, you may not sell something for a month or so,
Yeah.
right? It may be slow, and sometimes you can be like, damn, like, am I going in the right direction here? Like, people not really checking for me. Like, they checking for me, but they not checking for me. Like, and then what also can create some level of doubt at times too is when you first start your business, everybody's on it. Family's on it, friends is on it, everybody is on it. But after a couple of months, it starts to dwindle down a little bit. But
Yeah.
it's good. It's good to see the new people that are coming in, that are supporting, that are asking for different type of stuff, giving ideas. So our growth in this year during the pandemic, I definitely want to give a shout out to the Black community that's been propelling and been supporting. It's been greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. Shout out to all the Black people, Black businesses. We really like during the pandemic, we really came together and sowed seeds into each other. Not even just into our businesses, into our mental health, into everything, you know, into Black love, just helping
Yeah,
each other all the way around the board. And we really needed it because I know when the pandemic first started, I I swear I thought I was gonna slit my wrist, you know. And I'm so serious. At one point in time, I was like, I gotta figure something out. Um, and it wasn't even just, not being able to make money how I normally make money. It was just being away from people. Like you said, not being able to travel, and travel was like a major part of my life. Not being able to travel, not being able to see your friends face to face. So Black people, we really came through for each other. We're still coming through for each other during this pandemic, and I love it. We got all this dopeness, all this Black magic going on. But yeah, so let's talk about traveling. You know, um, you said that you are not an avid traveler as of yet. Tell us some of the places that you've been, and who did you go with?
Man, I've been to Jamaica. I went to Germany when I was younger. I've been to Ghana. Um, and that's really like where my traveling ends, to be honest with you. Um, I've been to a lot of different places in my mind, but the only place I really, visited physically, Germany, Jamaica, and Ghana. Pandemic messed up a lot of trips for me, man.
Yeah.
Look, man, I thought I was ready to post something like every other month. I was like, I got this, and this coming, and COVID came and just killed the brother. But yeah, those are three places that I visited in my lifetime.
Where are some of the places that you're looking forward to visit once the pandemic? I don't even want to say once the pandemic is over, because honestly, I feel like, sorry, my dog. Honestly,
That's
I
all
feel
right.
like since people see that there are places that we can travel safely, during the pandemic, as long as we're not going out there wilding out or whatever. I think people, it's the new year. People are going to start traveling, I think, in
Yeah.
a couple of months. So, where are some of the
Nah.
places that you're looking forward to going to?
So one definitely hitting Haiti with Gravel World. Shout out to my Gravel World folks out there.
Shout out to
Um,
Gravel World and Black World Travelers.
there you go. So definitely going to Haiti. I can't wait for that because that's a postponed trip from 2020 that I didn't get to take. So Haiti, Colombia is something that's real big. I don't know. I don't necessarily have it on the map yet, but when I could slide it in, I definitely want to go and visit Palenque. If you don't know about Palenque, look it up. All right, we ain't gonna spend time educating y'all right now, but check out what Palenque is in Colombia. Um, and then I already had planned a Juneteenth trip to Ghana that I'm actually putting together with Make Africa Great Again Heritage Tour out of Ghana. So shout out to my Ghanaian brothers and sisters out there that will eventually watch this. And then the last trip that I'm going to go on most likely is in August, Croatia for Yacht Week. So that's a little just party and get something out your system before the grind of the fall and the winter hits you. But yeah, but Haiti and Colombia are definitely ones that like I'm looking forward to, man. And going back to Ghana for Juneteenth because I think that's going to be a real spiritual trip, opportunity to reconnect to the ancestors during that time. So yeah, those three.
Oh,
That's
you
it.
got money. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Hey, don't you get me started on you on here, okay? Because if I turn that question around, you probably going somewhere like every other week. So
If I could, I would. No, but you are a very, very busy man. You're a father. I was about to say you're a husband. Lord Jesus, what is wrong with me
not
today?
not yet, not yet.
You are a father. You have multiple side hustles. You have your business. How do you stay motivated? You like to travel. Like, how are you staying motivated to do all of this?
Man, and I don't want to sound corny to be honest with you, but I think it goes back to what I said when I thank the Black community. Um, our people really keeps me going. I mean, obviously, I can say I'm not going to say that it's cliche, but I can say the normal things like the opportunity to retire my mother keeps me going. The opportunity to educate my son and my daughter keeps me going. Um, and then my business and just growing and working with people is what's keep me going. But what's kept me going, during the pandemic is all the above, but the community and the opportunity to just continue to inform and to grow. And to be honest, man, and a lot of people, laugh and joke when I say this, but I'm like, I legit see a turn in our community and where we're going. You know what I mean? Like, I think all around the country, you see different pockets of the Black community coming together and trying to be entrepreneurs. And really, I think we're starting to see a lot more collaborations amongst Black brands. And, Clubhouse is a big one. I know you and my special link, y'all been killing me for months about getting on Clubhouse, finally on there. But Clubhouse is one. You see a lot of different, brands, entrepreneurs, people from different backgrounds, becoming speakers and, trying to, give out information to the community about, various different things. I've seen retail conversations. I've seen conversations about, health, real estate, rent, rental properties, all these different type of things. And that's us moving those conversations.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So stuff like that motivates me to say like, yo, I'm potentially going to leave to my kids, not necessarily a better world, but a better Black community. And I think we get a better world from a better Black community, but it's one that I see us kind of piecing together. I mean, you down there in Georgia right now, you see, what, Black girl magic, just Black community magic can bring. So, I mean, stuff like that just motivates me. And it's, even during a pandemic, man, I think we came together, we supported one another, businesses, word of mouth, sharing, posting, all that stuff just motivates me, man. It really, really motivates me and keeps a fire under me. So, yeah.
That's dope. So,
man, start telling me when I'm talking too much, Alexis. If I'm talking too much, just be like,
listen, I'm not gonna do that. This is the one time I'm gonna let you talk. I want you to share your knowledge with the world, so I'm not gonna cut you off. Like, nah. that would be me blocking your blessings. I'm not gonna do that. Not this time. So so tell us what's new for Culturally Focused. What's coming up? Anything you want us to know about it?
Man, yo, so much to go with Culturally Focused, man, but let's talk about it. Okay, cool. So we got Culturally Focused Conversations coming back next week. I'm going to be speaking with, movers and shakers in the culture that are doing different things. If it's, people that are entrepreneurs, people that are teachers, doctors, lawyers, all of those different conversations, just talking to people from within the culture. We got that. We got, a brand new merch line coming out that I'm extremely excited about. No more just of the graphic print. We getting a little bit more detailed. We upgrading the brand a little bit. We got Chanel patches. We got stitching. We got, art on jackets, all these different things coming out. I got one exclusive one. I really don't want to talk about it on here because, it's still kind of in the works, but working with a brother from over with History with No Chaser. He's agreed to a partnership with me. We are going to be bringing some real exclusive, content around, leaders and figures, throughout time that have made impacts on the Black community with a mix of technology involved in it. So that's going to be really dope, something I'm really, really looking forward to. And then trips back to Ghana too. It's a yearly one that we're going to try to make for Juneteenth. And the reason why we picked Juneteenth is because when we went to Ghana in December, like it was fun. Like it was a turn up fest. Not only was it fun, we had the opportunity to connect with the culture, both from the food perspective, the spiritual perspective. But I wanted to take a trip there that focused a little bit more on the spiritual outside of the party. Like we still gonna party and turn up, but it's gonna be focused more on a spiritual aspect. So I'm really excited about that Juneteenth trip that we're gonna be taking to go and visit like Kumasi and a lot of different tribes while we're in Ghana. So those are the 4 things I'm looking forward to this year. So everybody tap in with us, man, and check us out, man. And then of course, I got to convince Lex to get us back with Talking Black, but that's a conversation for another day.
Don't do that.
Just don't put it out there, But yeah, those are the things that we got coming for Culturally Focused this next year. So I'm really excited about it. As I said, earlier on in the conversation, I could be a procrastinator at times. So some of these ideas are ideas I've had for a while, but not only can I be a procrastinator, but I'm a perfectionist. And I want to tell a lot of entrepreneurs out there that sometimes you just got to do it, man. Just do it. Sometimes we're so set on, okay, I need this perfect, this perfect, this perfect. And honestly, you do want to give a quality product to your consumers and you want everything to be, tied up. But sometimes when you procrastinate too much and you second guess yourself, it will not only keep you from receiving a blessing, but that may be a blessing that you are about to, bestow on somebody else and you don't even know. So stop procrastinating and just do it, man, is what I'll say. But yeah, excited about 2021. So if you don't subscribe to us now, subscribe to us because we got a lot of big things coming.
Absolutely. 2020 was practice. 2021 is the game, and we are all the way live.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have a lot going on. First of all, um, I'm extremely proud of you. I tell you that. Well, I feel like I may tell you that all the time. I'm joking. I tell you that often. I just love seeing a dope Black man sharing his knowledge. I know I've told you many times before, you're extremely knowledgeable
Thanks.
um, about a lot of things, but more specifically about the culture. And I love that you're not stingy with that knowledge and you share that knowledge with the culture. So keep doing that. And you're going to continue to be blessed. And everything that you're trying to do is going to happen. And it's going to happen soon. So
Thanks, Lex. I appreciate that.
so one more thing before we have a little bit of fun.
Okay.
I want you to put me on game.
Mm,
Why does
okay.
everybody always do that?
Mm.
Put me on game and leave me with the most important quality that one must have to be a successful entrepreneur.
Hmm. Damn. It's a lot, but if I gotta leave one gem, I'm gonna say bring people, lift as you climb is what we'll say in Omega Psi Phi. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to the Brez is watching. But lift as you climb. And I mean that as you elevate yourself, as what me and Alexis are doing right now, don't be afraid to reach back and bestow that information on other people. You know what I mean? It's another thing that goes with that is called a bridge builder. I don't know if anybody's ever heard that poem, but I'm not going to recite it, make it seem like I'm at a step show, but, be a bridge builder for people. Like if you hit a hiccup when you was developing, your business and you see somebody else coming up behind you, lay that framework for them that they don't fall, into that same depth, into that same creek. You know what I mean? So many times we'll make it and it's like, well, I struggle or I got here. You just got to kind of figure it out. Like, what's the point of you obtaining that information, obtaining that knowledge if you can't bestow it on someone and you're just keeping it to yourself? So lift as you climb, elevate people, work with your people. Like Culturally Focused is a brand, like legit today, right? Prime example. And it's something, and I'll leave them with this. When I say lift as you climb, I wanted a Stacey Abrams design done today, right? Because Stacey Abrams is, shout out to Stacey. She probably won't ever see this. If she does, absolutely love what she did with Georgia. But I wanted a Stacey Abrams design that, that we could put on some t-shirts. So I went on Fiverr and I was like, I'm gonna get on Fiverr, but I want to be intentional about who I'm about to get his money to real quick. I found a Black designer. He was in Nigeria. You know what I mean? I've reached out to him and I was like, yo, I need this design done within like the next 6 hours. And he replied, he was like, I got you. He's like, what you need? Told him what I needed. He had it. I sent that to him at 10:30. By 12:30, it was back in my inbox. And
Wow.
but I mean, that's another conversation about professionalism. But be intentional, lifting as I climb. I don't know what that $30 could potentially do for that person. You know what I mean? But it was an opportunity for me to work with another person. I knew I was about to spend the money. Why not be intentional to make sure I found a Black designer to share that with? You know what I mean? So it's little things like that that build bridges for people, that, help people potentially elevate. But then it's also a benefit to your brand as well at the end of the day. Because if you have a Black business, you know how hard it is sometimes, to connect with other Black businesses, and to put things together. But if you're intentional about it, I guarantee you it will help your business grow. And that's also what Culturally Focused is about. We call it a collaborative economy. We're looking for collaborations. We're looking for people to work with. I don't care if you're, the biggest brand in the world. I don't care if you're, HGC apparel or, or you're someone that's just starting out yesterday and you don't even know how to set up an online store. Like, I'm looking to work with you because either I'm gonna learn something from HGC Apparel or I'm gonna help, this person, elevate what they're trying to do and grow and most likely learn something at the same time. But it all just comes back full circle for you. So if I leave y'all with that, Jim, lift as you climb and be a bridge builder.
Lift as you climb. That's the
Boom.
title of this episode. Lift as you climb. Thank you.
There we go. I like that. I like that.
I love it. You know what? And I'm glad that you said that because it's needed. Because you know what? White people do that all the time.
Yes, they do.
White people lift as
unapologetically too.
All the time. I wish
Yes,
we could do that more within our community. But I'm glad that you dropped that gem. So
Thanks.
I want to have a little bit of fun. I don't know if I told you, but I'm going to do some rapid fire questions with you. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
All right, you ready? Okay. Well, some of them are rapid fire. Some of them are just questions. So, if you
I'm like sitting here with my hand on like a buzzer, like,
oh God. Right, first of all, this is not
Family Feud. I'm ready.
Right. Okay, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Whoo. To time travel.
Oh, do you know I said the same thing?
Really?
Yes. Get out my head. Okay, so I said this like 10 times this episode. You're a busy man. You got a lot going on. You have to help your kids with school, complete some deadlines for your boss, complete some deadlines for Culturally Focused. What is the one ultimate turn up, get it done song that you're going to listen to?
Man, I'm probably just going to put on Jeezy and put on Thug Motivation, and whatever random song come on, we going. We getting it. Okay. So, yeah.
I can dig that. All right. Use one word to describe yourself.
Passionate.
Passionate?
Passionate.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I can agree with that one. Malcolm X or Marcus Garvey? Gotcha.
Yo, wow, Lex.
Just one.
Malcolm X or Marcus Garvey? Damn. It's so hard. But I'm going to go with Marcus Garvey. Why? Because I plan on moving back to Africa, and that's what Marcus Garvey's plan was as well, was for, African Americans, or those of us from the diaspora to relocate back to Africa. So I'm going to pick Marcus Garvey purely on that one, okay? Everybody that's watching this, purely on that one, because Malcolm X got some gems with him. And I hate that you pinned both of them together on me, but I'm going to rock with Marcus Garvey, though, because I'm going back to Africa. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going back to Africa.
Me too. The Miseducation of the Negro or the Autobiography of Malcolm X?
Miseducation of the Negro.
Okay.
Because the Autobiography of Malcolm X ain't really as pure as y'all think it is. But that's a conversation for
another day. Another gem. I feel like I already know the answer to this, but I don't know. You may surprise me. New Jersey or Ghana?
Ghana. Ghana.
I mean, you from Jersey. You might have said Jersey. I don't know.
Lex, I'll probably pick a couple other states over Jersey I'll go back to Jersey to visit, but I don't want no parts of New Jersey. No parts. That is I ain't trying to go all political, but that is a police state, and I'm not trying to be in Jersey.
What is your biggest pet peeve? One biggest.
Biggest pet peeve. People that don't ask questions first.
Oh, okay. I get that.
So and that's across the board. That's, relationships, working, anything. Like if you don't know something, ask.
Yeah.
I've dealt with it in all aspects of my life. So not just directing towards one particular field, but I think just ask. If you don't know something, just ask. That's one of my
Be out here making stuff up.
Yeah.
Assuming, because you know what your mama said. When you assume,
as our duly unelected president would say, fake news. Don't come up with the fake news. If you don't know something, just ask. Just ask.
Okay. Wine or fedoras?
I can't have both.
Nope, pick one.
But I'm gonna go with wine.
Okay. All right.
I might be the first person to ever have a glass of wine on Lexus joint, so I'll take it. But go ahead.
No, I think one other person, I don't know, she had something to drink. It might not have been wine. But yeah, but that's it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Man.
You don't got no more questions? This was fun, right?
I know, right? And you know what?
Some of this, some of that.
As long as it's black.
Nah, man, Lex, one of my things always when I have these conversations is giving people their flowers. I definitely want to congratulate you on what you've been able to accomplish, during this pandemic. As you said earlier, it was difficult for you, but you navigated it through. You came out a boss on the other side of it, put me on game is doing great. And it's always something that I look forward to seeing. So congratulations on that. And make sure you keep it up, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh, whatever. Hey, man, give Ivy some more showtime, man. Don't be treating her like that. Hey, Ivy.
At this point, you need to bring your son and let him get in the camera. But you know what? That's the beauty about us being in a pandemic and continuing on with our lives and just being able to move and shake and do what we need to do. We're having, a lot of people doing interviews at home now. They're working at home. They're doing meetings on Zoom. And I mean, it's real life. Like my dog, I have a dog, my dog is going to bark. My dog's going to jump in the video. You have a son. Your son is going to be playing video games in the background. It's just life and it's how it is now, but it's the new norm. And we just either got to get
absolutely. And we crushing it. So absolutely. Congratulations to you, Lex. You're crushing it.
Thank you so much. I want you to do me one more favor and tell everybody where they can find you, social media, website, all that good stuff.
Find me at culturallyfocused.com. No, at Culturally Focused on Instagram and then culturallyfocused.com for our website, straight like that. Yeah, that's where you can find us at. All right.
All right. Well, you have a good night. Continue being dope. Continue sharing your knowledge of the culture with the culture and just continue being a stand-up Black man in today's society.
Hey, man, I appreciate you and thank you for pushing the culture forward. As you like to say, protect the culture, man.
Absolutely. Since you said that, I need one of those sweatsuits to protect the culture. I saw it.
Hey, man, we got you, man. We got you. That's an automatic. So we got you. All right.
Well, you have a good
night.
night.
I appreciate you. Good talking with you.
All right. Thanks.